Temperatures in parts of southern Australia are forecast to hit above 45 degrees Celsius for multiple days in a row this week as an intense heat wave develops over much of the country. The Bureau of Meteorology is warning it's likely to be the most significant heat wave southeastern Australia has had in 6 years. Angus Hines is a senior meteorologist at the Bureau and he joins us now. Angus Hines, welcome. So take us through how this heat will develop over the coming days.
Look, we're looking at really extensive heat over several days. We've already started to see the mercury climb in Western Australia. Parts of inland Western Australia were up to about 46 degrees yesterday, and it's the heat which has been building over the west of the country, which is going to spread to other areas basically from today or tomorrow onwards. So warming up today across South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales as well, but it's tomorrow those temperatures are really going to spike. Initially for Wednesday it will be South Australia and Victoria copping the brunt of the heat with temperatures up to about 41 degrees in Adelaide and Melbourne tomorrow. Haven't seen 40 degrees plus in Melbourne for a couple of years, so it could be quite a significant time since we last had 40 there. And then into Thursday it's really spreading across ACT and inland New South Wales as well. Canberra's getting some really hot weather at the end of this week up to about 39 degrees. Sydney will be getting warm as well. Your hottest day in Sydney will be coming in on Saturday, about 39 degrees in the city, but that could be 42 to 44 degrees in those western suburbs. So really, if you live in the southern half of the country, between now and Saturday, you've probably got at least 2 very hot days ahead.
And in terms of towns that look like they're going to get the worst of it, I've seen a table this morning that has Port Augusta at the top. Does it look like that's going to really cop it?
Yeah, Port Augusta, one of many spots that are going to be right up there, probably exceeding 45 degrees. And for some places, we could be seeing 45 to 47 degrees for a couple of days in a row. So it's going to be some really, really hot weather. Port Augusta, as you mentioned, is one of them. There'd be other towns I'd be looking at to be near or thereabouts as some of the warmest weather would be towns along the Murray in northern Victoria and southern New South Wales, around the likes of Mildura and Swan Hill. We'll probably be seeing some 45 to 46 degree temperatures in those locations, and several spots through northern inland South Australia around that part of the country, as well as you mentioned, Port Augusta will also be up in those mid or upper 40s. So there'll be a number of spots vying for the title of the absolute warmest this week. It's likely to be around that 46 to 47 degree mark, and I think we'll only be able to know once it's all done and dusted as to who came out on top as having the absolute warmest temperatures.
And of course, with periods like this, the fire risk increases dramatically when the wind is strong as well. Does it look like the wind is going to be particularly strong in any of these days in any of these places?
Look, it does. The wind is picking up, and as you say, the heat is one ingredient that leads to these dangerous and elevated fire dangers around the country. The wind is another very crucial one, and then the dryness in the atmosphere. The lack of humidity is very important as well. So we have got the heat in abundance. We've got a very dry atmosphere, and fortunately, the winds are only going to be moderate to strong. We don't see howling gale force winds across the country, which is what leads to our absolute worst fire danger. That said, with hot weather and at least moderate winds through many areas, high to extreme fire dangers are forecast across really broad parts of Australia, much of South Australia, most of Victoria, much of New South Wales, parts of Tasmania, all seeing either high or extreme fire danger in the coming few days. So I guess it should go without saying in the Australian summer, but this week in particular, we need the utmost care, extra caution with all your outdoor activities that even have the potential to spark any blazes, because if any bushfires do get going in the next few days, they could spread really, really quickly and be very difficult, if not impossible, to contain and control.